Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the best earning strategy that I've ever used. And before we start the video, I just want to say I'm sorry for not being too consistent with uploads, but I'm going to be trying to get at least one or two per week now. So that should be great. We're going to get many more videos, many more strategies and stuff like that. But let's get straight into the video. This has been an amazing strategy that I've used the last 2 weeks, giving me gains like 100% on NNOX puts, 110% on AMD puts, Starbucks puts went for 130%, Pinterest puts for 155%, Snapchat puts for 134%, and FRC puts for 104%. So huge gains. I don't really I'm not used to having all these like plus 100% gains, but since I've been using this strategy, it's been much more common, so I'll continue to use it. It's also important to add that this hasn't just been me using it. I have been alerting these positions in the Discord, so a bunch of members have taken it. My friend started using it as well, and he got an 800%. If you guys know Krieger from the Discord, he's been alerting. He actually alerted that 800% in the Discord, so people literally doubled their accounts in one day, which was amazing to see. So it is a proven strategy. So far, it's had about a 85% win rate. It still needs to be tested a little more, but that's very good because most people say earnings is gambling or a 50-50 shot. This really makes it much easier. So let's talk about how I actually find these positions. As you guys can see, we're on Instagram.com. We're looking at EPS Whispers. So this is an account that posts all the recent earnings, and we're on the most recent post, and this is for next week's earnings. So starting on the 8th of May. And of course, this strategy can be used for any day. We're just using these earnings specifically because you guys are going to find these positions with me. So our first step is to look for tickers that are big in the trading world. So these are ones that are frequently traded, ones that have usually big moves, a lot of volume, stuff like that. So instead of looking at companies like, I don't even know what this is, like Teva, Coherent, I'm not even I don't even know what that is, like Nutrient, things like that. Instead of things like that, we're gonna look at PayPal, Palantir, I think that's how you say it. We've got Beyond Meat over here, Unity, Disney, Roblox, Airbnb, Rivian, things like that that people actually trade a lot. So first up, we're gonna start with PayPal. We're gonna go to Robinhood here, and we'll type in the ticker. Give that a second. There we go. Went up 4% on Friday. That's a big move for PayPal. So we're going to scroll down to the earnings tab, PayPal earnings. And right now we're looking for a big change or a trend. So a big change is the most favorable option. It's what has done best so far. In this case, not a real big change because it's not much higher or much lower. Instead, we're kind of just going back and forth to the previous few earnings. So no real surprise there. We're not even going to go to the next step on Optionslam. So next, let's look at Palantir. I believe that's ticker symbol PLTR, but I'm not positive. There it is. Alright, and we're going to scroll down to their earnings tab, same thing we did before, and yeah, it doesn't look like a huge surprise. We are in an uptrend, so we could look for Palantir calls. Looks like we've stuck pretty well. Actually, I just realized we're not even going to look at this, and the reason is because they've missed pretty poorly on these earnings. So we are in an uptrend. They have been doing pretty well recently, and analysts expect them to continue the climb. However, they have pretty recently just completely fumbled their last few earnings, so we're going to go to the next one. We're not even going to pay attention or go over to the next step. Let's take a look at Airbnb. So that's going to be ticker symbol ABNB. There we go. And we're going to scroll down, earnings tab yet again, and now we can see this is actually pretty nice. So the last couple of times we came down here, it was fairly accurate. And yeah, it looks like we're making not new lows, but very close to new lows. So this is something I like. We're having a pretty dramatic difference because, you know, we've been up here, and now we're coming all the way down. So now our next step is going to be typing this ticker symbol into optionslam.com. Just that, right up here. And let's get there. You have to press enter on this, unlike Robinhood. And now we can see an 8.8% move. So this is going to be the move investors think will happen within the week. And the reason we're looking at the week and instead of the month is because this is earnings week. So this is when the earnings move itself is happening. And you know, this isn't 100% accurate. That would be impossible because no one can predict the future. However, in the last few weeks, I've seen this number be extremely, extremely close. So it's actually kind of scary how close it gets. So that's helped me a lot. Now we're going to scroll down here and look at the past two earnings. So if this move is bigger than these two, that's a really good sign. In this case, it's not. And the reason I'm saying that's a really good sign is that there will be a big upset or a big change. Just like here, there's a pretty good change. We want to see another good change. If both of them were a big change, in that case it would be the perfect setup. In this case it's only half, but we're still going to write this down. This is still going to become part of the watch list because I still think this could do pretty well. So 8.8 move, still pretty good. Still a lot of money that can be made there. And now let's go on to the next ticker. So let's look at, let's do Rivian real quick. RIVN. Let's scroll down now to earnings. Not a huge move. You could go for lotto calls maybe. Let's see the move. And of course we don't want to do lottos. We want actual accurate trades. So that, like the most, I'd do maybe one lotto per week with profits. Okay, that's going to be 11 and 19. So we're kind of in the middle. There's still a big move actually. So if you're trading Rivian or expect it to go up, you could do like one or two contracts. Really not something that you should be trading. It is a lotto. I may do that, I may not, but we're looking for really good setups. So let's do AFRM. AFRM. Alright, no huge change here. Let's go to the next one. There are tons of tickers here, tons of stocks that are having their earnings, but we're not even going to look at all of them. We're only going to look at the ones that are traded a lot, like I talked about, that are big in the trading world. So next up, we got Upstart. It's going to be UPST. UPST. Alright, that went up also 4%. Wait. Oh no, that went up 6%. I don't know why I said 4%. Alright, this is what we like to see actually. This is what I do want to see, a big change. So I'm going to write this down. This is definitely something I'm going to take. Now let's see the move. And the reason I like this is because we've been trending down and now we're like really, really expected to fall. So UPST. 22%. That's a huge, huge, huge move. So a lot of money can be made depending on what contracts you have. And the last ones have been, you know, in the 20s, so this isn't too far off. So this is going to be part of our watch list. Upstart puts. This actually looks very good. I'm liking this. Now let's do a couple more real quick, and of course I'll post the rest on the Discord, so I'll have a link to that in the comments. And let's do the rest real quick. Not the rest, but a couple. We'll do a couple, because I think there's still like 10 more to check. So let's look at Roblox. It's going to be RBLX. There we go. That also went up. A lot of stuff went up on Friday. No big move here. We're going to go to the next one. What do we have? Let's do Yeti. It's a pretty easy ticker. Alright, and oh, this looks very, very nice. This is exactly what I want to see. This is like a pretty perfect setup. We're about to find out if we can get 2 out of 2. But this is very nice. We've had pretty good earnings up here, and then all of a sudden we're expected it to tank. So let's see. Hopefully we get a big move. Ticker symbol YETI. 9.93% expected move. So that's pretty big. Let's see about the previous ones. Alright, so not actually that big compared to the previous ones. So this is going to be a 2 out of 2 perfect setup. However, it is very, very close. So I'm still going to be taking this, and yeah, I'll have that set out in the watch list later today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and next week I'll post an update on which trades we took and how much we made on them.